Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to On the Open, taking a look at all the action here in Europe on MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Welcome. It's Friday. It is March 24th, and we have a volatile market. Now, Europe right now is trading in the red, but off of their worst levels. As a matter of fact, taking a look at the DAX, you see that it's down 9. It's come off its lowest levels, but still in a very tight range. Again, the healthcare reform bill that is still not voted on yet. There's been a lot of headlines that have been coming out on this. This impacted the States markets. It's also had mixed reaction. We actually saw that Asia actually finished up the week with a positive note. All the major indices in Japan, China, Hong Kong, all to the upside. We're seeing, though, mixed reaction here in the EU. And this is after we saw that the Eurozone PMI came out. It's hot. As a matter of fact, taking a look at the Purchasing Managing Index for March, for the Eurozone, came out at 56.2. That was much higher than expectations. Again, that's putting growth and expectations of growth on the continent at a very high level. Also, you saw that the German PMI came out for March at 58.3. That was very interesting. And we also saw the French PMI come out at 53.4%. Now, the markets, they initially were reacting slightly negatively. Could be the fact that they're looking out on the landscape of things, and if there is some turmoil here for the short term in the United States as far as the markets and policy, that's going to put a lot of moving parts that people were expecting out of position. And the way that people position strategically in their portfolios, they're going to have to potentially rethink that. So with that being said, let's jump in and take a look at the other markets. As we said, the DAX is right now down about 990 at 12,029. Again, hasn't even challenged its 20-day moving average. Watch on the DAX, 11,965. That's going to be a battleground for the short-term bulls. Taking a look, and also what's notable, Allianz, a large insurer in Germany, was downgraded, and the stock is under some pressure. Watch that. We also saw that exporters, specifically automobile exporters like Volkswagen, BMW, and Daimler, are also under pressure in Germany right now. That's what's weighing on the market. In the UK, we see that the FTSE is down 360 at 73.37.30. It had challenged and is now below its 20-day moving average. This is going to be resistance right now. It's 73.45 on the FTSE. Watch this level closely. It is now just wavering around that. Consumer names seem to be under pressure right now in the UK. Also, they're bouncing back from that terrorist attack, and so and also with the looming trigger of Article 50, which is supposed to be on March 29th, we could see some volatility here. As a matter of fact, taking a look at the British pound, you can see that the pound right now is trading down about 40 cents at 124.80. I am using BXY. This is an ETF that tracks the British pound currency index. And you can see that the British pound is coming off of its best levels so far this week, but still is performing a little bit stronger over the week than the U.S. dollar. And also, if you take a look at the euro continues to outperform the U.S. dollar. It is down, actually up 20 cents now at 108.10. But we'll watch this one very closely. But both the euro and the pound have been moving to the upside in front of the Brexit Article 50 being triggered next week, as well as the fact that we've had red-hot PMIs that have been coming out of the Eurozone. Growth is still on the forefront. Taking a look at the French CAC, after they announced a very strong PMI, basically all the PMIs that I've seen so far are coming in about 1% higher than expectations. So growth is still forecasted at a pretty decent pace going forward for Europe, and we saw that this morning in Asia overnight. Taking a look, down 22 on the CAC at 5,010.50. Again, above its 20-day moving average, so you have some context of where support is on the French CAC. That's at 49.74. So we'll watch this one very closely overnight. Again, they have their presidential elections coming up in mid to late April on the 23rd, I believe. All of this, especially after the terrorist attack in London, let's see if that nationalism and protectionism starts to come into play as we get closer to that election. Financials in France have been the biggest laggard at this juncture. Okay, folks, that is it for On the Open in Europe. Join me at 9:30 Eastern Time. I'm going to be talking about everything that's going on in the U.S. markets. We'll see you then here at MarketStream.live.